Yo, people, welcome back to the channel. I am super pumped that you are here. Again, I am truly blessed to have you guys because guess what? We are at 200 subscribers. You guys rock. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and hitting that like and hitting that notification bell. That way you do not miss anything that comes out of this channel. Right? Guys, I appreciate you. I'm truly humbled. That being said, let's jump into it, man. Again, guys, United, wow, what a day. What a day, what a day. Okay? It's a lot of news that came today, especially regarding the takeover, because that's what we want to hear. We want to have some kind of resolution, right? Based on our video yesterday and the day before, we heard about the fifth bid by Sheikh Jassim being outdone, the fifth bid, and he also put in his self-imposed deadline, which was what? Today. Now, the deadline was today, so let me give you a synopsis of what transpired today. That way you're caught up, and that's why you're here. You're here to get your update when it comes to our Manchester United, right? That is awesome. Again, I'm hoping that you're having a fantastic Friday, if it's Friday where you're at, but if it's a weekend, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, which is Saturday. That being said, let's go. All right, so let's jump into the first article that I see here today, right? So basically the article is, I think this is from the Manchester Evening News. It's saying that Sheikh Jassim makes a U-turn on his takeover approach. He makes a U-turn hours before the deadline, right? So according to, I believe it's Manchester Evening News, Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani, one of the front runners in the race to take over Manchester United, has made a surprising U-turn, right, on his takeover approach, despite setting a deadline for the Glazers to accept his bid, right? So Sheikh Jassim has decided to keep his offer on the table even if the deadline passes. Remember, he was like, listen, today is the day, you take it or I pull out. But basically he kind of changed his mind. Again, self-imposed deadline. So he decided, you know what, even if the deadline passes, I'm going to leave the offer on the table, right? So basically this move by him making a U-turn, deciding to leave the offer there, has made a lot of fans and experts wondering about the future of the club and other potential bidders involved, which is the main one, which is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, right? So what does that say? Basically, the way I see it is he basically considered everything and said, you know what, obviously this guy really wants Manchester United. That is clear. He really wants to own Manchester United, and he's going to do everything he can to make sure he owns it. Now, by him putting that fifth bid, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to pose a question to you guys. Is it coming from a position of frustration or desperation? Tell me in the comments below. Do you think he's, him putting the bid, the fifth bid, and imposing that deadline, was it from frustration or desperation, right? I personally think it's from frustration, because it's like, look, the Glazer family, they're playing games, right? He needed to give him some kind of deadline for them to follow and see if they can abide by. But today is Friday. Up to this point, I'm recording this. Nothing, right? No, we haven't heard anything. So now there's a twist. Are you ready for the twist? Oh man. All right, rolling the twist. The twist is, we bring in today, we hear President Nasser Al-Khelaifi. Who's that? He is the president of PSG, right? He's the basically he's the president of the investment fund that is involved in the PSG, right? And his name is Al-Khelaifi, right? And how is he involved? Let me tell you. Okay, so basically today, like we found out now that he's involved in this way. Nasser Al Khelaifi, who is the president of PSG, is reportedly involved in Sheikh Jassim's bid to acquire Manchester United. Now, we're talking about the most, basically Al Khelaifi, let me give you a little bit background about him. He's the most influential figure in football world, right? Basically, he was involved in the World Cup bid. When the World Cup went to Qatar, yeah, he was involved heavily in it, right? So he's one of the top guys when it comes to football, especially in Qatar and, you know, in that world, right? So now, so why do we think he's involved is significant? Well, Al Khelaifi, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Al Khelaifi, basically he wears multiple hats. He doesn't only lead PSG, but also chairs the European Club Association and sits on the UEFA Executive Committee. UEFA is the governing body of what? European football, obviously, Champions League and all that, right? So he sits on the board, right? And that's not all. He is also the president of the Qatar Sports Investments, the sporting arm of Qatar's sovereign wealth fund, right? That's what it is, right? Now, if Al Khelaifi is involved in the takeover bid, it could lead to a whole level of complications, right? Picture this. The president of PSG, which is a rival club, obviously, we are Manchester United, he is PSG, being part of Manchester United buyout. Kind of iffy, right? Now, that can really, it caused a lot of rumblings in the UK when this news came out that he was involved in it, because from the get-go we were informed that Sheikh Al-Thani is going to purchase the Manchester United as an individual, right? Basically, this is from his own money. That's what we're told. Now we see that, okay, again, we're not naive, right? He said his personal money, but of course he's part of the sovereign, you know, the royalty. Yes, the money comes from his dad, part of the Qatari reign, and obviously somehow the money is kind of tied in, commingled in a way that, yes, I know Sheikh Jassim said, okay, the club will be owned by the 92 Foundation, so it will be, you know, nothing to do with the state-owned, which is Qatar, but, you know, this all the money is tied in, right, to the royalty family. So let me give you some more information. So basically what, by him being involved, right, Al Khelaifi, it suggests that Sheikh Jassim's bid is backed by Qatari state itself. So basically the Qatari state, because none of the teams or the football world wants state-owned club, but it's kind of late in the game because, come on, Newcastle, you know, is owned by Saudis or something, which is state-owned. Manchester City, you know, people, whenever they hear that state-owned, they feel like, you know, it's not the right thing to do. They like individuals to own the football clubs, especially in the Premier League, even around the world, right? So basically, it's correct. What I said is that the Qatari is, you know, being that Al Khelaifi is involved, then people may think that is state-owned. Now, the Qatari Sovereign Wealth Fund, who are the money people, could be part of the equation because of Al Khelaifi's involvement. So basically, the implications are like, look, what's going on here? You know, you said you want to buy, now you're bringing This guy Al-Khalifi, who's part of the Qatari Wealth Fund. Sorry, my laptop almost fell. Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so where was that? Yeah, so which is Qatari Wealth Fund. So everybody's kind of in the UK. Everybody's like, oh, what's going on here? We know we don't want this, So let me give you more into the backstory. It turns out that Sheikh Jassim had reached out to Al-Khelaifi in the early stages of his bid. And you know what? It is perfectly legit, right? Even you, right? If you have, you're trying to start a business, or you're trying to start a YouTube channel, for example, right? And you've never done it before, and you have your good friend who has been a YouTuber or a business owner for the longest time, right? Instead of you trying to reinvent the wheel, you can always reach out to them. Hey, listen, buddy, hey, I'm trying to start this channel or this business. Can you give me some advice? And I think that's what Sheikh Jassim did here, because Al-Khelaifi, obviously he has been part of the football scene for a long time, so he's really tapped in. He can give valuable advice when it comes to the valuation of Manchester United, because that's what Sheikh Jassim had asked Al-Khelaifi, look, how much do you think I should bid, right? Because Al-Khelaifi has been in the game owning PSG. He has been in that process, whereas he purchased PSG, so he knows how much the football teams go for, right? So Sheikh Jassim, I sought out advice from Al-Khalifi, who is the most powerful man in football, and it is perfectly legit, because that's what I would do if I have a good friend who has done that, and I'm sure that's what you would do, because you don't want to be taken to the street by offering too much or too low, right? Now, so basically that's how he comes in, right? Sheikh Jassim had reached out to him for advice. Now, the flip side is this. Now, the Glazer family, apparently, who obviously the owners of the Manchester United, decided to play their own card. So let's talk to Al-Khalifi and see if we can say, hey, listen, man, talk to your friend and see if he can put in a little bit more money. I know he put in the fifth bid, but if he put a little bit more money, then maybe we can consider it, right? So basically, that's what the Glazers did, and it's very interesting. Now the plot thickens. The Glazers are desperate to squeeze, as I said, every penny out of this deal, while Sheikh Jassim, he's standing firm with his $5 billion offer, right? And now, basically, both of them, they're using Al-Khelaifi as a mediator, right? Which is a risky move that could either make or break the entire takeover bid, right? Now, reports are suggesting that Al-Khelaifi has told them that, look, he doesn't want to be a mediator, he doesn't want to be the middle guy when it comes to this whole thing. He wants basically the two parties, Jassim, the Glazers, to basically just talk and come up with a plan and come up with a deal, right? Now, on the flip side is we bring in the Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, of course, he believes that he's done all he can to convince the Glazers to make him the preferred bidder by allowing them a way for them to stay, right? So now, what I'm seeing here is the Glazers, it looks like they don't know what they want to do. We know that they're motivated by money. They want more money, so they went to the Al-Khalifi to see if Sheikh Jassim can put in more money. On the other side here, they're like, well, you know what, Sir Jim, yes, we definitely could work with you, because you're giving us an opportunity to stay, and we can see the club is going in an upward trajectory. So they want to stay. So it looks like they cannot make up their mind. Come on, Glazer family, make up your damn mind. Us, the fans, we're frustrated. We want this to be done. Pick whoever you think will be the preferred bidder. That way we can move on. This thing has been dragging on too long, guys. And I feel your pain. Trust me, we all feel the pain, right? So, but the Glazers are playing this game and they want to squeeze in the money, you know. And there's a lot playing with this because Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he's proposing to buy, I think it's 51% of the, which is the percentage of the called Share B owned by the Glazers, right? Now, these the Glazers, I believe they own about 69%, right, of the shares. They're called that, yeah. So he wants to buy at least 59%, 51%, or the entire 69% from the Glazers side, which is called Share B, right? Now, there's something else called Share A, which is owned by other investors, because there are other investors into Manchester United, right? They own Share A. They don't have a lot of decisions when it comes to the team, right? They just own the share. Like, these are investment groups and stuff like that. So now what is happening is these two parties, like the Share A and Share B, right? They may be in kind of legal rambling because they feel like, okay, if Sheikh Jassim, if Sir Jim buys the portion that is owned by the Glazers, what is going to happen to us who own Share A's? These are investment funds, right? What is going to happen to us, right? We can be, what's going to happen? We're just going to sit here and we're not going to get any portion of this money, right? So there may be some legal rumbling going on there because the opposite part of that is Sheikh Jassim, if he buys the club, he's going to buy all of it, Share A's and Share B people. So the investment bankers and the Glazers. Everybody get your money. Thank you so much. Peace out, right? And to them, that is more preferable than what Sir Jim is offering. Sir Jim is offering only to buy that portion that is owned by the Glazer family. Because, as again, the Glazer family does not own the entire 100% of Manchester United. So, again, this whole thing is absolutely crazy. And it needs to come to an end because, come on, we're getting sick and tired of this. Let's move on to other news. Other news, I'm seeing that apparently, when it comes to the transfer news, real quick, apparently PSG is now in for Kim Min-jae. Come on, man. They're in for Kim Min-jae. And it looks like they're trying to get Kim Min-jae. Now, could this be a power move by the Qataris saying, look, if the Glazer family give the team to Sir Jim, this is what's going to happen to any player that you want. We're going to go after them. We're going to get them because we have the most money, right? So I don't know. It could be a power move, but again, it would be crazy if Kim Min-jae goes to PSG because we were leading the race. Now all of a sudden, PSG, they're in for him. Come on. So this whole thing is really crazy, but also extremely exciting. Another news is it looks like the Manchester United board have decided, or they're looking into making a decision when it comes to Mason Greenwood. It looks like they're going to send him on a loan, maybe for a year, and with hoping that by him going on loan, the temperature will come down when it comes to how people feel about him. To me, I would say, look, guys, I mean, I don't see him playing for Manchester United again. Just sell him, man. Don't send him on loan hoping that, hey, in a couple of years he can come back and play for us again. I don't see that happening. You can leave a comment below and let me know what you think about Mason Greenwood. I think the board is just dragging their feet. They don't want to make a decision when it comes to Mason Greenwood. I think they should just cut bait and say, you know what, thank you so much, but no thanks. Good luck with your life. Here's your money. You can play football somewhere else. Because if he comes back, it's going to create a lot of controversy, and I can see that happening. Other news real quick, it looks like Maguire, McTominay, we thought they would be leaving, but it looks like they want to stay with the team.